Welcome to Beyond the Noise. Here's Olivet Nazarene University's chaplain, Mark Holcomb.
I love the Olympics. I haven't been able to watch a lot of this year's Winter Games, but I've watched some. And one thing I've noticed as I've watched is I am biased. I'm red, white, and blue through and through. I watch them through an American lens. I can't help it, especially though, even when an event is judged. I mean, a hockey game, pretty black and white, right? Racing against the clock, like in downhill or bobsled, is easy. But add an element of judging, well, that's when things get sticky. I'll never understand how ice skating is judged. Never. But I always feel like the Americans get the short end of the stick, that there is a bias against us. See what I mean? I see it through an American lens. I can't help it. And that goes beyond the Olympics. I mean, I love Ohio State, and I cheer for all things scarlet and gray. But I'm also an alum of Olivet. I work at Olivet, so I bleed purple and gold. I love watching our sports teams. I get emotional when our football team finishes with the best record it has in the last 10 years, or when our women's basketball team keeps winning. I love hanging out in my spot at baseball games. I love attending concerts and recitals and plays and musicals. I think we have the best music department around. It's why I'll be sitting with a lot of people in our community in Kresge Auditorium to watch a musical called Into the Woods, or it's why I go to Oak Lawn, Illinois, to watch our women play for a conference championship. I want to be a part of this community, and I'm biased for this community because I see it through a purple and gold lens. And these are both my American lens, my scarlet and gray lens. They're rose-colored glasses. That phrase, rose-colored glasses, is probably one you've heard before, but it refers to a favorably disposed opinion through optimistic eyes, quote unquote. This idea, though, transcends sport or nationality, doesn't it? Because we all see the world through a particular set of lenses, or rose-colored glasses. For those of us living in the way of Jesus, one way Jesus and the New Testament describe the lens, or the type of lens we look through, is love. It shapes our politic, our language, the things that we create to live in and with each other. It affects the choices we make for ourselves and each other. I've come to realize once again this week that there has never, nor will there ever, be a consensus on what we believe and how we choose to live, and the varying shades of red that tint our glasses, even for people of faith. I think we do well to listen to each other, to respect each other, creating space for God through His Spirit to correct and change hearts. And even though all our glasses are tinted with a different shade of red, that doesn't mean we have to disagree in ways that aren't honoring to God. Or maybe a different way of saying it is, even though our glasses are tinted with a shade of red, that doesn't mean we will agree on everything. If, and I hope we agree on this, that love is the starting point, there is never a place for people of faith living in the way of Jesus to dehumanize another person because of the particular lens they look through. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing. There's nothing wrong with clarifying what we believe, but the ways we disagree matter. I don't think when Paul writes to the church in Corinth about the ways we love, he means to ignore sin. You know as well as I do that isn't loving, and it cheapens grace. Just look at 1 Corinthians 5. Read Dietrich Bonhoeffer. But confronting, speaking the truth in love for the sake of our soul, is what Jesus did. It's what Paul instructs the church to do, and I think we would do well to follow their lead. Not easy, but it's what we're called to do, and Jesus talked a lot about the ways to do it. So as we continue this process of maturity, this seeking to be more like Jesus every day, more like Him today than we were yesterday, looking through our own pairs of tinted rose-colored glasses, recognizing that none of them are perfectly clear. You know what my prayer is for us, for me and for you, is that we from time to time become aware of the ways our glasses need to be cleaned. That the judging that we think is biased sometimes when it comes from outside, when it comes from outside of us or outside of our tribe, that it might actually be spot on. It might actually be the word you and I need to hear this day, in this moment. To recognize that what I can't see can be made clear with the help of someone else, a friend, a comforter, a counselor. That's kind of odd, but you know, as I watch ice skating and I hear Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir voice their opinion on it, I realize I can learn from them because they are the experts. They see the lines. They watch the landing in ways that I can't see. And just like I need to listen to them, just like we need to take a cue from those who know, our hearts must listen to the Spirit's voice helping us, hearing correction and affirmation as love for the sake of our souls.
This has been Beyond the Noise with Chaplain Mark Holcomb. Watch Olivet Chapel services live or on demand at olivet.edu. Beyond the Noise is a production of shine.fm.